Hey guys, welcome back to the Periphery Podcast. I'm Django.
I'm Jude, and in typical Israeli fashion, they have continued bombing moments after the announcement of a ceasefire. So everybody acts surprised and shocked.
I can't believe that's even still breaking news.
I mean, it did just happen. So, after issuing a threat to literally genocide Iran on Truth Social, Trump has decided that he actually did a deal and he solved everything, and the strait will be opening up. And we're gonna go over the conditions of the deal imposed by Iran. But long story short, Daddy Benjamin Netanyahu said, "Nope, that doesn't work for us," and literally insta destroyed the ceasefire. So no more ceasefire, no oil. This will continue to progress.
It's really funny how the art of the deal is in listening to what your opponent wants and bending over backwards to get it for them.
Speaking of, New York Times reporting has come out. No, listen, it's not my fault. Okay, we don't like the New York Times here, but they have reported that in February, before the start of this war, Benjamin Netanyahu was in the Situation Room. In Trump's ear.
The American Situation Room?
Yes.
Right.
In Trump's ear, going entirely against everything that every single other one of his advisors that was there, aside from Pete Hegseth, obviously, was advising. So he was like, listen, we gotta start this war. We need to do regime change. He being Benjamin Netanyahu. Because otherwise, the world's gonna collapse. And everybody in the room, except for Pete Hegseth, was like, regime change is not a feasible goal. It's not happening. It's legitimately impossible. It's not gonna happen. And he was like, well, we could just get it started. We can let him handle it after that, but we need to bomb them so that we can regime change into a more, reactionary and anti-Western regime. So we can change the Ayatollah Khamenei for the Ayatollah Khamenei.
It's been the conclusion of literally every advisor, every political analyst, even Tucker Carlson's out there talking about how...
My favorite advisor, Tucker Carlson.
You literally... What is that? You can't do regime change. That's not happening unless it's from an organic movement, which, again, what's happening in Iran before we started bombing hospitals and children's schools.
Yeah, top-down regime change historically has literally never worked. Not once. Especially when the US does it.
Legitimacy does not trickle down. That's not something that happens.
Reaganomic regime change. Sorry.
Our worst nightmare.
I mean, that's what we got going on. Yeah. This is legitimately the Reaganite version of
Mossad intelligence indicated that the street protests inside Iran would begin again. Because Mossad is in the street protests in Iran. That's also something that we didn't even get to talk about without getting, attacked by the Persian diaspora. Because you're not allowed to mention the fact that there are literally Mossad agents and CIA agents in the frickin' streets with Iranians protesting.
I feel like everyone knows that at this point, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess not the fucking diaspora that is glazing Trump and Israel in a big way.
Can we pull up the 10?
Oh yeah, the 10 conditions. So
Iran's version of the 10 Commandments, which I think is pretty good foreign policy.
That's not correct.
I think
that's not even close.
I think they're doing a good job.
I like the 10 Commandments.
I like these commandments,
bro. What? Yes, this is now a fatwa issued and directly added to the Quran. I can't.
Isn't one of them to get the U.S. military bases completely out of the West Asia region?
Yes, entirely end American hegemony in a single fucking go. Another one is to remove all sanctions from Iran.
Well, duh.
Yeah, and
I would hope so.
Pay reparations for the fucking, civilian infrastructure that the United States has obliterated.
Did Trump
they get to charge tolls on the strait in this 10-point plan, like Iran does, which they would split with Oman.
List them.
All right, so from the Iranian embassy in India's Twitter account, X account, My bad.
Primary source here.
U.S. started the war, but Iran will set the conditions for its end. The 10 conditions that the U.S. has accepted as workable are the following. That the U.S. must fundamentally commit to non-aggression against Iran, obviously. Continuation of Iranian control over the strait. Allow Iran to enrich uranium. Big one. Big one.
Huge.
Yeah.
All these are huge within their own, but combined?
Yeah. Lifting all secondary sanctions. Termination of all UN Security Council resolutions. Termination of all IAEA Board of Governors resolutions. Payment of compensation. Reparations for destroying civilian infrastructure. Withdrawal of U.S. forces. And the cessation of the war on all fronts, including Israel's onslaught in Lebanon and attempt to literally settle southern Lebanon, which has happened historically. This is like the third time.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was, a member of Knesset, who went to talk about how the Greater Israel Project is in motion now.
Oh, yeah.
We are literally witnessing the birth of the Greater Israel Project.
This is not the birth. It already started. They already have Golan Heights. They already have annexed territory in a number of places that is not part of the original UN outline given to them. But yeah, but one of the conditions, and probably the most significant one to, that like the US would be required to fulfill, is the cessation of the war on all fronts, including in Lebanon. And like an hour or two after Trump says that this plan is workable and that he's engaging in the art of the deal,
saying yes,
Israel continues bombing Lebanon, including a funeral and ambulances. So
blatant war crimes.
Yeah, basically Trump makes a decision and then his daddy says, "No, we're not doing that." Oh, and then fucking Democrats, like, mainstream DNC Democrats, are complaining about the fact that Trump did not do a fucking genocide of Iran. They're like,
serious?
Trump always chickens out. Taco Trump did it again. I'm like, you wanted him to end an entire civilization,
I'm sorry.
as he said.
Who was this Hakeem Jeffries, Apak Shakur?
Of course, and several others. The only fucking motherfucker that is holding it down in the Progressive Caucus is Ro Khanna. Ro Khanna is saying absolutely the fuck not. We are not going to
cleansing in Iran.
Well, yeah, no, but he was specifically asked about whether or not he would approve the increased spending, and he didn't just say no. He was like, absolutely not. I don't even need to read it to know that this is not happening. Because like other people were going on and being like, oh, I'd have to read it. Like, I'm not sure. But he was like, decisively not. Like, no more fucking bombing innocent people. So yeah, he's kind of cooking. Also, I think he might run for president in 2028. Especially if AOC runs for Senate instead of president. Because he's like positioning himself in a very sly manner as like the leader of the Progressive Caucus. And like, the voice of the Democratic Party that like people actually like.
How come I've never heard of this guy before? Like, what?
You've never heard of Ro Khanna?
No.
What the fuck? No. I spoke to him in Minneapolis.
Oh my god.
He's a little bit based. He did say.
Is he Minnesota based or? Like,
no. He was just there.
What's his district?
When the Gestapo was fucking shooting people in the streets, which is also
still happening. Still happening.
Yeah, but not as like there's still definitely secret police activity.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have killed anybody else.
No, there was another.
Yesterday?
Yeah, there was another.
Are you fucking for real?
In the same manner that Renee Good was shot, he was shot in his car trying to drive away from ICE.
Ain't nobody talking about it. Yeah, I didn't even know.
No, because it's a Latino guy.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay, so no Americans shot. So the fucking
time,
the fervor will go down, apparently.
Yeah. When Renee Good was shot, and I said, oh, now everyone wants to talk about ICE and immigration because it's a white woman getting shot, people were coming at me.
No, that's 100%.
But this is literal fact proof in the pudding that liberals actually really don't care unless it's someone that looks like them.
They've been killing, black and brown people.
Keith Porter, who was killed, like a week before Renee Good? And
it was in the same...
light.
time
until
frame.
After.
But Homeboy is not white, so
yeah.
Oh, the Israeli super nation. Netanyahu himself saying we're going to transform Israel into a super nation in the region, and obviously glazing the Israeli occupation forces. I mean, I don't think anybody should be surprised. We already knew that the Greater Israel Project was like a thing that has been in action for several years now. Like, they've already said it very blatantly. Just now they're remarketing, I guess, rebranding as the Israeli super nation. Be so fucking for real. Be so for real right now. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I think this is just more clues to a forever war.
Yeah, I mean, the only, so Trump is getting very angry on Truth Social about the fact that the strait remains closed and that Iran wants to charge tolls. I don't know what the fuck Homeboy's gonna do because it's not up to him. He's like,
yeah,
we don't actually need the strait. EU needs the strait. Everybody else deal with it. We're not doing it. It's not our problem. We actually don't use the Strait of Hormuz. We actually don't need it. We don't have any use for it. We've never used it. We've never purchased or sold oil via the fucking Strait of Hormuz. In what universe? 30% of global oil supply, and you're telling me you just never tapped into that? You don't need that?
There's literally not a planet Earth in which energy and oil doesn't come straight out of the Strait of Hormuz. Like, that doesn't exist.
Obviously not all of it, but at least 30% of the global oil supply. Like,
globally,
that's not fucking
East Asia,
feasible.
even more.
Yeah.
So Japan and South Korea are looking abysmal.
Pretty much everybody that isn't China is, like, fucked.
And even China only has so much time on reserves until they have to step in and try negotiating.
Yeah, but they have a much more substantial renewable energy infrastructure project going on. So
China's renewable infrastructure is literally my hope core. Like, I just have to look at photos of the Gobi Desert turning green to feel better about climate change.
My hope core is the transnational high-speed rail system that was implemented in such a short amount of time that it literally just, like, it makes me actually want to cry.
I rode a Long Island Railroad train today from literally 1980s. Like, the seats are blue and red, and there's no plugins everywhere. I can't charge my phone. Like, the lights flicker. It's getting bad. It's getting pretty bad. What's next?
In classic hog fashion, Lindsey Graham is dick riding Trump and saying that we need to continue this war.
Lipstick on a pig ass motherfucker.
There's literally a coalition of just like Ilhan Omar and Tucker Carlson in the same coalition of people advocating to stop this war, and then you have Lindsey Graham making himself the sole face of the, like, American pro-war movement. Like, what the fuck?
There is no Donald Rumsfeld anymore. Lindsey Graham is on his own this time, and it's not pretty.
He was, like, backtracking a little bit earlier, and now he's, like, full-fledged. No, we need to keep fucking funding this, and we need to fund it more!
I think Mossad showed him the blackmail that they have.
He got the call.
To double down.
You got the boss call. Oh, speaking of boss calls, real quick, you know who did get the boss call, like, in hysterical fashion? Joseph Rogan.
Oh.
Fun fact, me and Joe Rogan have the same birthday.
Oh.
So maybe I'll be the Joe Rogan of the left. Hassan, I'm coming for your ass. Yeah, that's my biggest flex, low-key.
Logic is my birthday twin.
Mine's way cooler. Get on.
Also Guy Fieri, but
yeah. Yeah, Joe Rogan was talking to Theo Von on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Two brain cells rubbing together.
No, but here's the thing. Theo Von was making way too much sense. Like, he was cooking. And no, he's been pretty good on Palestine since he, like, talked to, like, Bassem Youssef and, like, Gabor Mate and stuff, but which was a while ago. He was talking about how, like, you know, we're doing this fucking war and it's crazy and we're, like, killing innocent people and, like, Israel did a fucking genocide in Gaza and Trump is, like, literally, you know, behaving like the Antichrist and all this shit. And Joe Rogan's like, you gotta get off those antidepressants, man. You're off your fucking rocker. Like, you're going crazy. Yeah, and then...
Oh, blame it on Big Pharma, I guess.
Theo Von talks about how Palantir was, like, you know, heavily involved in the annihilation of Gaza.
Can't do that.
And Joe Rogan goes, Palantir was involved in Gaza? And Theo Von is like, yes, absolutely. And he's like, Jamie, can we pull that up? Like, can we get verification on that?
Oh.
Pulls up an article. The article says very, like, you know, plainly, very clearly that, in fact, Palantir was heavily involved in it. Which, as, like, everybody already fucking knows this. Homeboy's late to the game. But he goes, oh, this is clearly a biased article. I'm like, girl, you got the call. Like, you got your 7K.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Bro. Anyways, going back to the Dems, we got my absolute king, Abdul El Sayed, running for Michigan Senate. He is touting Hassan on his campaign trail. He just spoke at a fucking rally.
Yeah.
And everyone's very angry, especially Fox News. Fox News is very mad that Abdul El Sayed has aligned himself with a communist freak like Hassan Abi Piker.
Hassan, America deserved 9/11 Piker.
Yeah, and at this fucking rally, somebody asked him if he would disavow Hassan's comments, and he's like, I'm not in the business of disavowing people's opinions. Like, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm running a fucking campaign. Can we get serious? And Fox 5 was very upset about this. Jesse Waters, in particular, our favorite over here.
I can't believe he knows who I am. That's just not real to me.
That's such a flex.
That's not
crazy
real.
Flex. Anyways, he's like weirdly giving him props for not engaging in cancel culture or whatever. I was like, what's going on here? What is Fox?
What is that?
What is this? Yeah.
What's going on?
Fox News giving props to the fucking, you know, Muslim dynamic duo over there.
Yeah.
But then also, like, attacking, you know, Hassan, obviously, as they do.
Which I also love to do, and I think there are
you do love to
a few reasons to critique the man.
Not the ones the Fox News is giving, though.
Absolutely not. Of course not. The thing is, here I do have to applaud him, because he's actually doing the, like, breaking through the mainstream that it takes to be a left-wing person online and make his, like, common sense, logic, popular left-wing ideas on the mainstream. Like, the fact that the New York Times, I think, did Wall Street Post do a post about him or an article about him? But it was The Guardian that came out yesterday.
Yeah, The New Yorker. He's had a lot of profiles done.
Yeah.
But he was on CNN.
That's amazing. That's great.
He was, like, on CNN talking about Cuba and his Cuba trip and, like, the fucking blockade and the oil crisis.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way this is on CNN right now. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
No, yeah. I need him to become mainstream, like a household name, so we can keep pushing the needle. Because that's the goal. Like, this benefits all of us here. I can't stand the fact that he only works with DSA. And
Jangita setting aside her pride to give props to Hassan Piker. What is happening here? What is happening on the Periphery podcast today?
We're having a little development in terms of my
Subhanallah.
bandwidth.
Yes.
my bandwidth for leftist infighting. Like, I don't even want to. It's not productive right now. He's doing some good mainstream breakthrough work, so I applaud him.
Yeah. Listen, can we address the elephant in the room? Django and I are both wearing chicken bar shirts, and this was not planned. I swear to Allah, this was not planned.
Yeah.
She shows up, or actually she was already here. I show up, I take my hoodie off, and we're both floored.
Yeah.
Please do not think that we planned this.
Swear to God.
Because we're not that corny. Okay, we're a little bit, we're not that corny. But I mean, we're here.
Yeah. But we're just
we're repping.
We're telepathically synced at this point that it's just like that.
We do have a Neuralink connection. Thank you, Elon Musk, for making us telepathic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually did a beta testing of the Neuralink, and it works, clearly.
Very well.
Anyway, now that that's been addressed, we can move on. You wanted to talk
beep. Yes.
about some local politique.
Yes, on the topic of doing what the fuck is the word?
Tequila? No?
No,
you know
like
what I'm talking about.
when you're giving attention to something. Yeah, I guess on the topic of platforming Democrats and showcasing some love for candidates in the midterms this election, I want to talk super local. We're not
Abdul
talking.
El Sayed, come on the podcast, please. We love you.
There's this insane city council race happening right now in Chelsea, specifically City Council District 3, which actually goes all the way from, I think, West 50th down to like Hudson Street. It's the complete west side of Manhattan. And there's 4 Democrats running. And I think this speaks to a lot of broader picture Democrat DSA politics here in New York City specifically, because I know DSA members love to talk about how their branches all have different politics, and I respect that. The New York City one is horrible, and I don't like what the leadership does there, specifically in this district, because there's a candidate named Lindsay Boylan who is running with DSA and who has a lot more name recognition online right now. Except she is one of the 3 candidates of the 4 who is not moving and not speaking to and not organizing with the tenants in the Fulton Elliott Chelsea Housing Union, which is NYCHA housing in New York City. And if you recall, Mamdani, one of the first things he did when he got in office was he struck the ability for NYCHA tenants to speak at these landlord like bitching hearings where you can talk about how corrupt your landlord is, but you can't do that if your landlord is the New York government. So it makes no sense.
Not chill.
There's this one candidate named Leila Lagizigo. Apologies if I'm butchering that last name, but she is the only candidate that's actually working with the Stop FEC coalition. And if you have the time to phone bank, to door knock, to flyer, to organize with groups like Youth Against Displacement and the Stop 24 cycle, because those fights are hand in hand in Manhattan right now against the 24-hour work cycle, where healthcare workers have to work literally like round the clock with their patients at home.
Many such cases.
Again, another thing that Mamdani was like, oh yeah, we're going to end the 24-hour workday, and then nothing.
Ninta.
To this day, nothing. So we'll see. But that's what's going on right now in Lower Manhattan, Upper Manhattan, in terms of campaigns in the midterms, which this year is going to be crazy. I think we kind of started the perfect year
wild
for a podcast, because like there's so much.
Speaking of DSA,
it's tickling my political science brain.
DSA did run a good candidate. They're running Oliver Larkin in Florida's 23rd, which is currently inhabited by Jared Moskowitz, whom we hate. Okay, so Jared Moskowitz
Why do we hate him?
Because he's a fucking liberal Zionist freakazoid. Yeah, and Oliver Larkin is like a democratic socialist. So I mean, I would much rather have that than fucking Jared Moskowitz.
Anti-Zionist.
Yes. Firm, staunch anti-Zionist. Yeah, Jared Moskowitz is a liberal Zionist Democratic Party shill guy.
So he's not a Republican.
No, but he fucking acts like one.
Yeah.
Also,
he might as well be.
I'm not sure if this is confirmed, but allegedly, according to producer Man Yusuf, Dan Bilzerian is running against Randy Fine.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Never in my life do I want to hear those names ever again.
What is happening, brother? Can you imagine? Can you conceptualize that?
That sentence makes me want to crawl back into my hidey hole of progressive echo chamber politics. Like I just
Have you ever seen Randy Fine IRL?
You have?
I have.
Bro.
I was at the Capitol at the
on the Hill.
At the CUNY Georgetown Berkeley Dean hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, and Randy Fine had some fucking choice words, obviously.
Oh wow.
It was just like I was watching him, I was like, how are you real? Like, how are you a human being? He's not, first of all. Every day I go to sleep at night thinking about terrible situations that Randy Fine could find himself in. We're gonna leave it there so we don't get,
Oh my god.
owned,
who else I don't think is real on Capitol Hill? I don't know.
Literally 70% of Capitol Hill.
But especially Senator Kennedy.
Oh my god! Senator John Kennedy is my Roman Empire.
I had one of my friends love it. Went to do a semester on the Hill. Love Linda. Shout out Linda. And I actually went to go visit her one weekend, and we ended up like getting into a conservative Hill intern party that I have to talk about later, some other time. Anyways, while Linda was on the Hill, she went to some hearing where John Kennedy was gracing everyone with his presence.
I literally love.
And he said,
I think about him every day.
I want Senator Schumer to go on Amazon and buy a spine. It's like, we still reference that one Kennedy quote to this day.
I would die to see him in action.
Buy a spine. Yeah. Yup, I will.
God made the world, but everything else is made in China. Like, he has so many bangers, bro. They're so good.
We're boycotting Amazon, but I do want Schumer to buy a spine.
Oh my god. Also, when you think about the fact that, like, John Kennedy is, like, an educated individual who, like, has a Ivy League education and was, like, an academic for, like, a significant point of time.
I hate the Ivy League, but yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he acts now as if he's a fucking absolute buffoon and, like, is so unserious, but he was a serious little man for a while. People forget.
Coke ate his brain. I think everyone in the Ivy League does insane amounts of snow, and it eats their brain cells.
It's true, but I fear, maybe he like is leaning into the persona, which he should never stop doing.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Please continue the one-liners. They are my favorite thing.
They're great.
Anyways, go on.
Oh, I was just going to mention on the topic of Ivy League schools, the fact that my uncle was on the rowing team with Donnie Jr., and he would run around the locker room butt naked, and they would have to allegedly yell at him to put some clothes on.
That's hilarious.
So the Trumps are really fucked up, and also Penn is a god-awful school.
Low-key, I wanted to go to Penn for a little while there.
I mean, I love Philadelphia, but Penn, I went into the Wharton Business School bathroom, and there was a sticker on the stall that said something crazy like 90% of Wharton students are part of the 1%. And I was like,
I mean, facts.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's why I don't believe in the Ivy League. I don't think they're a legitimate institution.
I mean, they've been legitimized. So, like,
What legitimizes them?
Like, society. Like, society more broadly recognizes the Ivy League as, like, a legitimate institution.
Yeah, that's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, but Columbia has shown very clearly that, like, they don't deserve such status. And everybody shits on Cornell already, because it's, like, the shitty Ivy League. Really, the big players that people, like, respect are, like, Yale, Harvard, and
Princeton, yeah. Oh, God, I love Princeton.
Really?
Yeah, Princeton used to be my family's, like, weekend getaway spot.
What the fuck?
My family was like, we gotta get out of Brooklyn. We're going to New Jersey. We're going to New Brunswick and Princeton for the weekend.
New Brunswick, hometown of your favorite man, and you're shitting on him for being a Jersey boy.
I know New Brunswick like the back of my hand, and
he was born there.
He's an anchor baby.
Everybody got very mad at you in the comments for shitting on Jersey the one time, but now you're backtracking.
I have to. Listen, I have a very complicated love-hate relationship with the state of New Jersey. I feel like being from Brooklyn, I have to hate New Jersey, but there are also some parts of it that I love. Like New Brunswick and Seaside Heights. We also have a comrade in New Jersey, Remy. I want to have her on the pod.
Okay.
Our favorite.
I think I follow her.
Yeah. She's goth, emo, she does.
I do follow her.
She's organized with PSL, which is something that I really love about this online community, the fact that we can have...
You fuck with PSL?
Listen.
They're like indivisible vibes.
They're just like DSA and RCA and all these other groups. I have issues with the way they do stuff, the way they talk about things, the way they handle their business.
PSL always uses like the No Kings like format posters and shit. Like,
PSL does their protests, they do their organizing with cops, or they do their I don't know. I don't want to talk about it because I don't really know how much they do in terms of de-arrest educationals and protest safety educationals.
But
Because CPUSA does a lot of that. Was like one of the first events I went to when I was starting at CPUSA was a protest de-escalation thing. But I love having online comrades in different spaces. I think it's very useful for us to be like spokespeople, not spokespeople because we're obviously not the freaking chairman of the party. We're little comrades together, and it's great, and I love it.
Well, I'd like to rep wool.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a within our lifetime affiliate podcast. Shout out.
We should make our like what's the name of the YouTube thing? Our banner?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we should make our like banner with all the like logos of like a protest flyer.
Don't think we can do that. I don't know if that's allowed.
Definitely not, because obviously we're not endorsed by everyone on the spectrum. But that's
we definitely would not be endorsed by wool. I can tell you that right now.
That's the vibe. That's the goal that I want to aim for like left wing community in general, is just to have everyone in a space together where we're not bickering. And I think that's
impossible.
That's a plus of being young and naive. Impossible. Is like hoping for those things. But if you're not hoping for those things, then what's the point? I don't want to be 40 years old sitting in a classroom like that woman that came to my CCE class talking about these groups on Long Island don't get along. I had to listen to all these groups on Long Island argue with each other. Like, okay, if you're there to be like a mediating space and you're like a third party person who's not even affiliated with any kind of like theory or praxis, you're there to get these groups together on your side. What are you doing to convince them to work together? I think I'm done with the infighting. I think I'm gonna go after influencers more now. The whole baby bangs.
Oh, so we're just switching the infighting.
It's punching right. I'm punching right. Cut the baby bangs. I'm punching right.
Okay.
That girl is crazy.
Statement dropped. Who are you punching?
Libs.
Okay.
Right wing. Libs. That's the goal. Always, yes.
Oh my God.
Just like that. Perfect form.
That's terrible form. Hate to tell you. That was brutally bad form. You're not going nowhere with that. Yeah, we can shit on the libs. We can attack from the left.
I also think we would be remiss to not rejoice in lovely Che Guevara's teaching of fighting the imperial beast from inside its belly, like inside its core. People are always asking, like, how do you stay motivated? How do you keep continuing to be politically aware and like be in these spaces with all these leftist infighting? And it's Che.
Super easy. I think about the amount of tax dollars that are going abroad to war and, to continue the expansion of the military instead of to our schools, to our hospitals, to our roads, to our infrastructure, to creating high-speed rail, for fuck's sake!
Definitely not happening so long as the Constitution stays as it is right now. Which I think might appear to be a radical thought, but it's been attempted before. And I hate that I have to say attempted because unfortunately, the ratification of the Chilean Constitution didn't happen, but it was planned. And it could have been a beautiful thing, and it still can be a beautiful thing.
Inshallah.
But unfortunately, electoralism has proved to fail. So the conclusion that people have known for decades is still prevailing in 2026, amongst many others.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about Argentinian politics right now. It's actually abominable. Like, I will become depressed instantaneously.
Chile just named a street after Israel. So I don't think Argentina can
low-key,
get worse.
I'm 95% sure in like the city in Buenos Aires there is like a street corner, like an intersection that is like via Palestina and via Israel, like something like that.
Oh,
I could be wrong,
no.
but I am 90% sure.
No, this is like Calle de República de Israel. It's like, what the fuck?
Bro.
What? Yeah, so the capitulation is happening fast. You've got two cronies in the southern cone dick-sucking Netanyahu like crazy.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the IOF infiltration of Hofstra.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to frame this, or how to not frame, but introduce.
I mean, I just framed it for you. It's the
Yeah.
fucking invasion, babes.
It's okay. After October 7th, 2 days after October 7th, students at Hofstra University got together to organize a Student Justice for Palestine chapter at Hofstra. And after negotiations with Hofstra's administration, they had to change their name from Student Justice for Palestine to Student Voices for Palestine because justice was associated with terrorism.
How the fuck does that work?
What the actual fuck? Why am I paying tuition for you to police whatever? Anyway.
This is lib level, language policing, optics policing bullshit. What are we doing?
It's a tiny ass school on Long Island.
On Long Island.
I don't think it matters. What? Petty Zionist bullshit. 2 days after, in even more petty Zionist fashion, an SSI was started on campus in response to the Student Justice for Palestine chapter.
For those who don't know, SSI is
Students Supporting Israel. They have chapters all over, and recently they've done an Instagram challenge where you're it's 18 push-ups for $18 to get IDF soldiers to come to your campus. And Hofstra's SSI just did the challenge, and so we're having war criminals.
Nothing happened because none of them could do a single push-up.
All somehow with birthright citizenship to a country in West Asia. Anyway.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have birthright. If I wanted it.
Oh, honey, you do.
Well, not anymore, actually. I've been disavowed.
What a badge of honor.
Beitar has put me on the naughty list. I can't go to Israel.
A goal every American Jew should strive for.
It's true.
Yeah, but I'm honestly shocked, but also not shocked, because the way Student Justice for Palestine has had to wrestle with Hofstra's administration for something as simple as the name, getting the Palestinian flag up, because our student center is covered in flags, and of course it's missing the Palestinian
Israeli flag.
Of course.
Right.
Including Israel, Hong Kong, Cyprus, all these contested areas except for Palestine.
Taiwanese flag.
Taiwan is up there for sure.
Oh,
but a Palestinian student goes to ask President Poser of Hofstra, why is there not a Palestinian flag if you're saying these flags reflect the Hofstra student body? Where's Palestine?
Oh, Palestine is not a recognized country internationally, actually.
Literally. Yeah. And so now she's green-lighting the arrival of war criminals to Hofstra's campus to speak freely.
I mean, it seems to me that she's rather morally consistent. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, and she's been renewed for 5 more years at Hofstra, and in her unleashing of this Hofstra 100 Years program, that is her legacy, essentially, is the implementation of AI, which I also have to talk about because I'm a writing center tutor at Hofstra, meaning I spend 6 hours a week in the writing center helping fellow students with their papers, which I love. Please come to the writing center if you're a Hofstra student. It's amazing. We'll help you with your paper for free.
Nerd.
We don't judge.
Dork.
You can be procrastinating. It can be a late paper. Whatever. I'll help you. Brainstorm, etc. But we don't know what to do if a student brings in a paper with AI, or doesn't know how to cite AI, or used AI for their paper and can't do anything about it, because from the top down, from Hofstra's administration down, and I want to hear what NYU has to say about ChatGPT and AI usage in the classroom, because Hofstra has no specific rule on it. It's up to the professors, which is the same thing as putting abortion up to the states. What kind of professor?
Crazy
what
comparison.
Kind of professor is going to be expelling a student from the school for using AI, and the other one's this is totally fine, and then it's the same course, and then one person passes but they use AI, and the other person is totally fine. It doesn't make any sense.
Do not have an aneurysm on the fucking podcast right now, or we're gonna have an issue.
I've had listen.
I can't
what
handle
is that
today. Yeah, I don't know
what is going on.
I think NYU has the same policy of it's up to the professor, but every professor that I've had, pretty much at any point at NYU, has been yeah, I mean, you can use ChatGPT, but your fucking paper's gonna be shit, and I'm gonna give you a shitty grade because the paper sucks. not because they don't really have a way to like determine if you did use AI or not. But like, if you use AI, your work is gonna suck ass. So you're still gonna get a bad grade, not on the merit of using AI, but on the merit of having a fucking terrible paper.
Yeah. I just think the conversation needs to start at what AI is, how it works, how it's destroying the planet and your brain if you use it consistently, and how like teaching
AI
the critical
brain rot.
thinking skills that so many of us skipped out on because we were all quarantining during like major pivotal points in our early education. I can't fathom the ricochet effect it's gonna have on Gen Alpha, who's
Gen Alpha is cooked.
yeah, I'm
Absolutely
so
fucked.
sorry.
None of them know how to use their brains. Like, at least we had like a relatively like formative, educational experience before the rise of ChatGPT and like AI in general.
Yeah.
But like these kids grew up with access to AI and have just like entirely relied on it in their entire academic careers. Don't know how to write a paper, don't know how to like, even think of what to put in like an essay, or
Can't write an essay.
can't
in
fucking
an hour.
read, bro. Like we have a problem here.
And you know who I blame? The millennial parents.
Why?
Because we got Gen X parents who were born and raised in the 80s.
Yeah, but if we had AI, like we could have used it no matter whether or not like our parents wanted us to or not.
Yeah, but I think the fact that our parents grew up with like wired telephones and like coming home at dinner and drinking hose water made them a little more prepared for like taking us to the rolling rink and rec center instead of sticking us on an
you're
iPad
saying
at
a
dinner.
lot of white people shit right
Yeah,
now.
no, can you tell?
Oh, I'm like, I have zero recollection of any of what you're saying.
Very, very American father.
Oh my god, the rec center?
The
what
rec
the
center.
fuck?
The rec center. The library. Let's go to the Met. Yeah, that was a
oh
that
my
was a
god,
big
that's
part
so funny.
of growing up that I think Gen Alpha just doesn't get. And
yeah, they don't got no bruises on their knees. They don't play outside. The
children yearn.
They have AI psychosis. The children do yearn to toil the fields. Like maybe that's maybe we need re-education or just education, I guess. Anyway, fuck, there was something I wanted to say. I forgot what it was.
Green M&M got her boots back. Sorry.
What?
I think one of my favorite vocal stems right now is the Tucker Carlson M&M. I feel like we talked about Mamdani already with the policies against night attendants. And I mean, what do you have to say about Mamdani?
I mean, like, I'm just heavily disappointed. I will always give him his props for like some of the initiatives that he's taking and like some of the programs that he's rolling out and like the actual use of city funds for the purpose of bettering the city and infrastructure and like quality of life.
Yeah, the people.
But fucking NYCHA also is like not super ideal for me.
No.
Don't love.
Hochul refusing to tax the billionaires.
Yeah, but she, we already knew that. Like,
what do we think Mamdani's going to do now that Hochul is still refusing?
I mean, the thing is, like, there's literally nothing he can do if Governor
endorsed Bruce Blakeman. Sorry, who said that?
There's nothing he can do if Governor Hochul decides to, refuse profusely to tax the rich. Obviously, this is like the main criticism that everybody had is like there's no shot that you're gonna get like New York State on board with taxing billionaires and increasing social spending by taxing billionaires.
But you're not even gonna try.
Well, I think like to some degree, he's trying. I mean, like there was the meeting he had with Mr. Donald Trump, where he brought the fake newspapers, and Donald Trump ate it the fuck up, and like committed to fund affordable housing in New York City. So there's still
that's another label I don't like. Affordable housing.
Why would you?
It was used by the Adams administration, Mr. Eric Adams, who Lord knows where he is now, probably Israel.
Turkey. He's in Turkey, actually.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Hopefully getting that
No,
hair
not literally.
transplant he needs.
I'm saying because, Turkey bankrolled him.
Right, of course. Anyway. Which is just so random. But also, he and his administration constantly use the term, like, affordable housing to mean, like, we're gonna take big real estate projects and make more apartments, not necessarily affordable, but they're supposed to, like, equalize the market, balance the market, provide more supply and demand, and make it so that the housing becomes affordable eventually, even though it's going to be like $7,000 off the bat. Which is how so many New Yorkers got bamboozled into voting yes on Props 2 through 5, I think, in the last election, which all passed. And now we see how the Mamdani administration is taking advantage of those Eric Adams housing policies and using them to work with landlords and against tenant unions, which I am consistently disappointed by. I don't think, like, messaging wise, tax the rich. If we're trying to convince the populace of New York State that they deserve.
The populists? You think Kathy Hochul's a populist?
Populist, like.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what the
Kathy
fuck?
Hochul is not a populist.
Girl.
She very much climbed the career ladder and fell into the seat of governor thanks to Cuomo, who was also dogging on her as if that wasn't his, like, deputy. Like, bruh, I can't with New York politics.
Andrew Cuomo's up to.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what branding is gonna fix it, but I know that
branding's not gonna fix it. That's the thing.
I think branding is a big part of it. I think especially
but single-handedly.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Definitely not. But you've got to talk about, like, what material benefits are upstate New Yorkers going to feel from implementing higher taxes on the wealthy. Instead of saying tax the rich, you got to be like, okay, we're putting in 10% and we're going to allocate it to public transportation and potholes. Holes filled 16 inches.
Oh, so now you're about the fucking potholes. 100,000th pothole filled the other day before the first 100 days. Honestly, give it up for Homeboy. That's crazy. That's wild.
Amazing.
16 inches. Anyway.
There's a way to do this.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Is that a song?
What am I looking at, bro?
This is New York City DSA.
I'm so confused.
Laura Loomer.
Real talk, who the fuck is Laura Loomer? Like, what hole does she crawl out of? I saw some really embarrassing clips of her trying to flirt with a white guy with blue eyes and, like, calling him, like, Aryan and saying that, like, Hitler would hate for them to hook up right now, like, in a club, like, not knowing she was filmed.
Speaking of...
I would never talk again.
Speaking of right-wing leaks...
Nick Fuentes and Destiny?
Wait, what about that?
They had a sex tape.
Oh, I did hear about that, but I don't know if that's true.
Also.
Unverified. Alleged situation. What is verified, however, is that Christy Noem's husband was literally getting fin-dommed by a bimboified sex worker. And he was, like, sending her a fuck ton of money and, like, saying some real crazy shit. So that story is ongoing.
Yeah, everyone in charge is some weird sexual pervert. I think maybe the standard is, instead of not only having to support Israel in order to have some kind of higher office in this country, you also have to give Israel some, like, sexual blackmail. And then when shit goes down, they're like,
hey, remember this?
Or Iran will do it for free and leak those pictures of the dude with his balloon tits and Kash Patel and his cigars.
Wait, Iran did the fucking... It was Christy Noem's husband?
Yeah. Iran just...
I didn't know
I need
that.
them to come back with that, please. Like, add that to the demands. Like, and if Israel keeps breaking the ceasefire, we will keep leaking information of your...
Just do it anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I think that we need to give a raise to whoever is running Iranian social media accounts, because they consistently bring me immense joy. Literally so fucking funny. Comedic gold. Like, give these motherfuckers a raise. Give them a talk show, something. Like, I love all of them. Anyway, what else?
True. I don't know. I'm feeling really optimistic. Like, strangely,
what the
strangely
fuck?
super optimistic. Like,
where does that come from?
Like, I don't know.
You're taking revolutionary optimism to
a delusional new standard.
Yes, truly to a incredibly high degree. I don't know where the fuck you're getting that from.
I think we're gonna be okay. Not without material change.
Who? Who's we, babe? Like, what? Hey, who's gonna be okay? Americans? No.
The American working class will prevail. I think so. I think we're
Inshallah,
seeing,
but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
The narrative is, I'm feeling the water shift.
No, there is a tide shift, but like, there are so many structural, like, constraints in place that make it absolutely impossible for the American working class to prevail. Even make it like impossible for the deal that Trump said was workable with the 10 conditions imposed by Iran. That was never gonna pass. That was never gonna work. American.
Which is why we can't work within that structure. Like, there's still guys like burning down toilet paper factories because they don't get paid enough, and shooting healthcare CEOs. Allegedly, I don't think he did it, because their insurance isn't affordable. Like, I have faith. I think I have faith.
Girl, send some of that shit my way.
Prove me wrong.
I fear you are actively being proven wrong, but hopefully I get proven wrong. Because I have a very, low degree of, like, actual optimism for the near future, at least. Yeah. Especially when I consider the utter devastation that will have to take place before things get better for the American working class. Utter devastation abroad and on the home front.
For the first time since, like, the 1860s. So, insane.
Wait, what? What's for the first time since the 1860s?
Some kind of domestic riffraff.
The Great Depression?
The Civil War.
Yeah, but the Great Depression was pretty problematic for the home front.
Do you think they're gonna drop bombs on the American soil?
Iran?
Mm-mm. No. The United States government, or...
I mean, no. Not well, I mean, yeah, Israel might do it in, like, a false flag attempt and be like, it was Iran. Like, they said that they were gonna, when, like, California police were warned that there was an imminent threat of bombing from fucking Iran, which we talked about when it happened.
Drone attacks from fucking 10,000 miles away.
Literally.
This is the thing, though. I think Israel's in a war for its own legitimacy. Like,
yeah, but it lost.
It's still happening.
No.
It's still, like,
I think it's Joe. I think this is the last-ditch effort because, the Israeli nation-state is actively collapsing.
Yeah, I just...
Yeah, no. Iron Dome made a fucking paper. I don't... Get on. Everyone download Red Alert. Yeah. I don't know. I feel as though we are looking towards a
Samson option.
Incredibly difficult time economically in the United States. Gas lines, things of that nature. Certain days that you're allowed to go to the grocery store. Like, I think it's going to get bad. Particularly because this is not looking like it's cooling down. And,
Yeah. So our goal should be to push for this whole taxing the rich thing and organizing a community thing. Like that, those kinds of exasperated living standards for working class Americans pushes them more radically towards solutions that serve themselves instead of the government, which I think is why I'm feeling so hopeful.
Well, this is true, but that's what I'm saying. Like, no matter, like whether the American working class prevails in the short or long term, it's going to necessarily have to be preceded by a total collapse of, like, American society, the social contract, the economy, like everything is going to get very, very bad before it gets better. And it's going to continue to be bad for everybody else that is not the United States or China.
We can do it. We can organize against it. If I were Israel right now, I'd be really, really, really hovering my hand over the Samson option right now. So I think I don't want to sound like a
Israel
doomer.
Is going to send us into nuclear holocaust? I don't know about all that.
Yeah. They think it's the end of their state. I mean, you said it. Paper Iron Dome. What other option do they have? Really?
But that would have to be like if they think that there's an imminent nuclear strike on them, not just if their legitimacy on the world stage is like collapsing.
It's a
they've already been fucking struck. So I mean,
even just structurally and societally, there've been clips of I'm not sure who, but this lady talking about how like societally fascist Israel society has become.
Yeah. I mean, it's been.
Yeah.
It's literally part of like the inception of Israel as like a project, as a colonial project.
The standards you have to accept to be a functioning Israeli society is already pretty genocidal.
Oxymoron.
So
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
So if that's crumbling, and their Iron Dome is out of rockets, and their ground troops are being depleted in illegal incursions into foreign countries, then I think we're closer to the Samson option than we've ever been.
Well, that's fair. I don't think it's, imminent, but I guess it won't really matter.
It's approaching. I'm just,
All right.
On that note.
Oh. The Tucker, Candace, Megyn Kelly brigade is...
I can't. Listen, Candace is having a week off from her freaking episodes, and I'm just taking maybe that's why I'm so optimistic, because I'm not hearing... Yeah, I can't do that. Tell us about this brigade.
They are...
It's fucking white. Yeah.
They're literally, like, unironically declaring that Trump is the Antichrist.
Are you serious?
Like, they're not fucking around. They're serious. Also, Alex Jones is off the Trump train yet again.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wait, that might be I mean, Megyn Kelly is pretty huge, but Alex Jones is off the Trump train?
Yeah.
Oh!
Then Megyn Kelly said that even if Trump dropped a nuke, she would still vote Republican in 2028. So not entirely Trump aligned, but certainly remaining Republican aligned. In comparison to Nick Fuentes, who said that he is literally going to vote Democrat in 2028 because he's
tells
so
you
mad at
everything you need to know.
GOP. Yeah.
Tells you everything you need to know about the Democrats and the way this electoral system works.
Yeah.
But those, I think that's a win.
No, for sure.
I think, moving away from MAGA to become Republican, whatever the fuck that means, I don't even think it has a definition anymore.
Doesn't mean anything anymore.
After, like, what is it going to be, like, J.D. Vance's job to, like, fix the image of the Good fucking luck with that.
J.D. Vance is literally, like, Alex Karp, Palantir,
former never-Trumper.
Peter Thiel blood boy.
Thiel baby boy, like, just not happening.
I don't think he is going to be the solution to MAGA's PR.
Definitely not MAGA.
Or even the Republicans, because he's just, like, so, like, people see him as part of,
the
institutional
system.
MAGA.
He is the swamp.
Exactly,
he is literally the swamp.
Yeah. Hillbilly Elegy.
I remember when that was, like, a New York Times bestseller, and everyone was like, look at
That's insane.
Look at this Yale guy from Appalachia. It's the American dream. Anyone
shitting
can do
on, the working class Appalachians.
Crack, baby.
Awesome. Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Full tea, full shade.
I would like to reiterate a stance that I took on the previous podcast episode.
Oh, she's doubling down.
We need to stop politicians from writing books. We can't allow that to happen anymore. I'm fucking fed up. I can't do it.
What should they do? Cave drawings?
Bro, no, stop writing books when you get the fuck out of politics. Listen, no more book tours.
You don't want to read Independent by Corinne
No more book tours, please.
107 Days?
Bro, like, what
Joe Biden
fuck I look like reading about Gavin Newsom's fucking childhood playing basketball? Like, I could not give a fuck.
Him and Charlie Kirk for real. Him and Charlie Kirk for fucking real. Jesus
I
Christ.
don't want to see another book tour advertisement that is by a politician. We're done with that. We as a society have moved past the necessity for this.
No.
Politicians remain in politics, and then when you're done, you're fucking done. Okay?
Yeah.
Nobody
Inside
cares.
Trade, beat the market.
Be a lobbyist.
Retire.
Do what everybody else does.
Yeah, go private after 5 years. Like, do your service. The rounds on the hill. So fucking corrupt and insane. I just can't.
Yeah. But that's
what I'm supposed to strive for as a political science major. Give me a fucking break.
Girl,
please.
yeah, go work at
Please.
McKinsey. What the fuck?
Shout out Comrade Kiara for telling me that I should have majored in fashion instead of because she graduated poli-sci philosophy, and she told me firsthand how difficult it is to have to like conceptualize the idea of like selling out your beliefs to work with some kind of establishment person, because that's the only career you're gonna get with poli-sci out the bat. So she told me that I should change my major as soon as I can, if I can, because I can. I'm a junior. But
she advised you to change your major for the purpose of career prospects to fashion.
Yeah, because she thinks I have good style.
Yeah, but like fashion is notorious. I do. Clearly I agree, but like fashion is notoriously shitty career outcomes, like unless you're like, 0.1% of the population.
True.
That's crazy. Dream. Also, respectfully, we need you in the fight. Okay, I don't have time for you to be a fashion girly exclusively and not a politics girly. Exactly. But if you were majoring in fashion and not political science, then that would be detrimental to the Periphery podcast, and we can't have that.
Absolutely not. No.
Man, you're sounding like a fucking lib right now.
We love Wear the Peace.
We do love Wear the Peace.
Means, what's the
Means
brand?
TV.
Means Work. No, it's a clothing brand.
Yeah, but it's by the Means TV people.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Look at me not connecting the obvious.
Yeah, right?
Means
right
TV
there.
is owned by me. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We're thriving. Hello. The left is doing really good right now. Can I get an amen?
No.
Fuck.
Under no circumstance. The left is doing really good right now. What kind of
Listen?
Where did you get this assessment? Because
online.
That's crazy.
my friends in my phone tell me. No, I'm serious.
Bro, the left is in a dire state right now.
Speak it into existence.
The left is like, fortunately not in as dire of a situation as the right.
See,
but
that's a huge win. When are we
It's literally,
when are we not
it would be impossible to be in a worse situation than the right now.
But suddenly the right wing is tearing at the seams. It's like if the Democrats were the Democrats.
It's been a long time coming. The Democrats will remain ineffectual and useless and purposeless, and the progressives will eventually win.
Capitulate.
No, hopefully they win a little bit more power in the party. But as of now,
collapse the party. Organize in your community.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Workers' power.
Do you think? Because I'm gonna tell you my position on this, and then you can tell me yours.
Period.
I don't think that we're going to successfully be able to replace the Democratic Party with a third party.
No.
I think we have to take over the Democratic Party. Like, we gotta get the fucking, the establishment out and put actual left populists in
not happening
power in the Democratic Party. I don't think that there's any situation in which like any other party becomes the main opposition
one
to
of
the
the
right.
Two. Yeah, I mean, in the traditional way in which parties have gone from Whig to Democrat or back, is through issues like.
Wait, weren't the Whigs Whig and Republican?
Yeah,
I thought they were the. Oh, okay, yeah.
I think.
I'm pretty sure that's right, but carry on.
But like, historically, it's always been the case that voters move with issues, and when a party is not meeting the standards of that issue, the voters dissolve the party and align with a new one. And what I'm not seeing in 2026 is voters moving away from the Democrats over the issues that it fails to meet today. So I think
Interesting.
I think we're more likely going to see the dissolution of the American government before we ever see the dissolution of the Democrat Party.
I agree.
I think it's a sign of a failing system that's going to fail soon.
I don't think that we're gonna have the dissolution of the American government anytime soon.
I mean, Democrat and Republican approval ratings are in the frickin' toilet, and people are looking for answers.
But I think that's just gonna mean,
what is to be done? What are we gonna do?
Ladipu, we need you right now.
Please.
Yeah, I think that's just gonna, manifest in voters voting for more aggressively progressive.
But no one votes in
Democrats.
this country. People don't vote. Americans don't vote.
I mean, yeah, but, some of them do.
We consume, we watch,
we eat hot
we
chip
buy,
and lie.
we charge phone.
Yeah.
One thing we don't do is vote.
Yeah, I mean...
So that's not how the parties are gonna learn their lesson or move away from anything. Because also there's way too much money to be made in these positions that both parties have. So
I feel like a lot of the voters, at least like Democratic voters, are in fact, showing that they're disappointed with the Dems and their lack of being useful at all. So maybe we will see a shift. I mean, I think like James Talarico winning the primary for Texas Senate is fucking huge.
That was huge.
That's real big.
Yeah, but then you have the rise of characters like Fishback in Florida, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
It's Florida.
Yeah.
You can't hope for like...
But it's Texas.
Yeah, but Texas has like some, lived up areas. Has Austin.
The People's Republic of Austin.
Yeah.
I've never been to Texas. I need to go.
Houston sucks. Don't go to Houston.
I wanted to go to Rice University.
That's wild. Fuck that.
Because I read somewhere they had the happiest student body. I was like, I'll go there.
Girl, move to fucking Sweden if you want that.
What?
Sweden has like one of the happiest populations.
Yeah. My dad is part Finnish. I could just go to Finland.
Exactly. That's the vibe.
Birthright trip to Helsinki.
That's absolutely the vibe. Let's go.
This snow globe was promised to me 2,000 years ago.
I didn't get that reference. I fear. I didn't understand that one.
It's just a jab at how ridiculous the whole premise of Birthright is. Like, no one else can do that except for Jewish people.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No, I didn't understand the snow globe thing.
Well, because it's Finland, and so it's like ice and snow. It's like Elsa land.
Alright. Yeah, the neurodivergence is showing, unfortunately.
In me?
No, in me.
Okay. Beautiful.
It would be crazy for me to say that to you. Like,
actually,
you're giving really autist right now. What the fuck?
I'm uncomfortable. Yeah.
Rein it in. Anyways.
Calm your tits, Mr. Gnome. Is that his last name?
Ryan Gnome, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Ryan.
Yeah. I would assume Christy took his last name. She's an American.
Fucking psychopath.
Yeah, it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Please. And rate if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Follow the Instagram. Other plugs. That's it. Thank you and good night.